Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Play Super Mario Bros. On the NES. Original hardware as always, no emulation or save states here. And let's get going. This game actually outdates me by 5 years, 1985. But I grew up playing it, and I'm sure a lot of you did too. Even if you didn't grow up playing it, you've played it in some form. There have been so many remakes, so many different variations of this game. And with Super Mario Maker 2 coming out, and like so popular right now, I just thought it'd be a good time to play through this game and show everybody what started it. And hopefully get a good run here on camera. So my strategy in the early levels is just like, generally collect as many coins as I can without going out of my way too much. You want to get a few extra lives because there are a few tricky parts in the game, but for the most part the platforming's straightforward except for a couple, like World 8-2 has a sort of an infamous little section, but it's not even that hard once you know how to do it, so. But I'm known to lose a couple boneheaded lives here and there. I'll do something really dumb. If your momentum is off just a little bit, you'll mistime a jump and you'll end up in a bottomless pit or something, so that's never any fun. We're not going to use any warps because I think that's kind of pointless for a let's play or playthrough. Points to show you how to get through different sections of the game, almost like a guide. Guide where we talk to each other a little bit, have a little bit of fun. Hopefully everybody learned something about the game. Or maybe I learned something about the game. Leave me a comment. Tell me something I messed up or didn't do right. Other than not use the warp pipes. Don't tell me about the warp pipes. I know the warp pipes exist. After this, I'm thinking about doing a Super Mario World Let's Play series. I was able to clear it today, and it wasn't really any problem. I remember that game being much harder, too. Come through here. The levels in this game are pretty short. They don't take too long. 4 per world. Last one's always the Bowser Castle. The Bowser Castles are pretty easy. 6-4 gets me sometimes. You'll see that one. But for the most part, there's just not too many serious challenges in the game. Just a few levels here and there that'll get you if you're like that, see? Rushing through the game, make a couple mistakes. Ideally, this would be a run with no lives lost, but that's very unlikely to happen. I'm always good to lose at least a few, and that's why I like to stockpile. Collect these coins. That jump just feels so weird. Your momentum feels like it's going back to the left. Is that something everybody feel like? When my momentum changes in a video game, I feel it in my hands on the controller. Do you guys feel that? Because, am I crazy? I might just be crazy, but I swear I feel it, and it feels weird when Mario does that jump. Maybe I'm like a gaming Jedi and I don't know it. I have like a game force particles within me. You can basically just run through the first castle, it's no big deal. Get up here, jump over him, hit the axe, and he's done. And the most infamous thing maybe in all video games, thank you Mario, but our princess is in another castle. So why didn't I just walk by this castle and skip it? Like, I could have just walked like 7 worlds ahead and been at the end. And like, did he expect her to be in the first castle? Because that wouldn't be much of a video game. That wouldn't be very much fun for anyone playing, really. So we're not going to take any warp pipes, but we are going to take beanstalks. And yep, the first beanstalk is right here. And the beanstalks take you to levels where you can get some coins, which are always good. Like I said early on, I like to kind of stockpile them. Get those extra lives before you really need them. It's mostly just in the second half of the game, but even sometimes in the first half, there are a couple jumps that you just kind of have to time right, and if you don't, it's just not going to work out for you very well. So we jump there. Those 3 are hard to get. I usually only get 2 of them. Okay, so you stop right here, and you get even more coins. Very generous of them. A lot of times they'll leave a block with a bunch of coins in it right after the beanstalk, like where the beanstalk drops you off. Well, hey. and jump over the... That's such weird physics. Like, I'm over the flagpole, but yet I grab onto it and slide down. World 2-1 complete. On to World 2-2. 4 lives. Not doing too bad. This is the first underwater stage. Underwater stages used to give me nightmares, but now, like I said, it's not too bad, especially if you have the Fire Mario power-up, because you can easily just shoot these guys. Take them out before they take you out. Do unto others, Mario. Sometimes I think, like, what if Mario wasn't a kid's game? Like, he shoots fireballs and obliterates his enemies. That could be taken in a totally different route. And also, I used to swear that he was shooting them out of his nose. Like boogers, fire boogers. Because that's really actually what it looks like. He puts his hand up to his nose and, like, flame comes out. Flame, boogie-shaped flames. Whoop. The current pulls you down there, so you can... the coins aren't hard to get, but I just don't really feel like grabbing them right now. And see, that's not too bad at all. Most of the early world levels aren't too bad. Let the time run down. Boom, boom, boom. We know. We're good. We're awesome. World 2-3. This is where things get a little interesting. I hate this level. These fish are just like abominations of nature. They shouldn't exist. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, there's nothing right about their existence. And they chase you. I mean, they're not really See, that's the thing, like, I can't even blame them. They're not really chasing me. They're just kind of going wherever the heck they're going, but their existence and my existence don't coexist very well. Like, we touch each other, and they hurt me. That's not fair for me, so I think that they should just stop jumping for a minute, let me pass, and then go back on with the jumping, and everything will be fine. Okay, so anyway, World 2-4. You can go up or down. I prefer down. It's a little easier to just walk past everything. Climb here. Climb there. Slide under, get those coins. And we're going to take out Bowser a different way this time. Shoot you. I like how it, if you looked real close, you can see the fireballs hit a couple times after he's already destroyed, so it's like making contact with something that's not there. Invisible Bowser. World 3-1. I always like the background of this. I guess it's just nighttime, but I don't know. Always be careful of these piranha plants. Fire Mario is like the greatest thing ever in this game. Then in Super Mario 3, you get the raccoon Mario that can fly, because raccoons do that. And then you also have the Tanuki suit Mario, which is awesome. But the thing about those power-ups in that game is that you can use those power-ups to basically, like, skip entire levels. Whereas in this game, you can't use the fire to skip anything. You're just using it to make it a little bit easier to fight back against these enemies that have an unfair advantage of... I guess their skin is toxic, because if you touch them, you die. Unless you jump directly on top of their head, which is their weak point. Because video games. But really, this is like the game that gave a lot of people a love of platforming. It's a very important place in history, and everyone should play through it to the end at least once. I am horrible at Super Mario Bros. 2. I've been practicing that one. I might eventually do a video on that if I ever get good enough. We'll see. I can only get to World 2 in that one right now without having some serious issues. Just plays so differently from all the rest of the games. I can get through World, no problem. Super Mario 3, I can get through it. I don't really have any issues until World 6. Things start getting a little bit tough sometimes. But, even 3, though, it's not as hard as 2 for me. I don't know why. I guess because 2 just doesn't play exactly like any of the other Mario games. It just has a totally different feel to it in some ways. And if you're used to Mario, and it has a different feel from Mario, it's gonna be tough. I do like 2, though, don't get me wrong. It's different, and that's actually the reason I like it. Although, I'd love a cartridge of Lost Levels. Well, I mean, in Japan it would just be Super Mario Brothers 2, the real version, but here it would be Lost Levels. Or we would call it Lost Levels. I don't know how you want to say that. But, World 3-3 coming up. Goomba, going down. This one has a little bit of tricky platforming. Whoa, hey. Oh, that's one thing. If you get hit and get small and then you get the fire flower, you are still just Big Mario. You do not have any fire powers, so don't go around thinking you do. Level's pretty easy though. Made it through. And we're gonna go to another Bowser Castle because we are the best. So let's go. I'm not the best. Don't think I'm that cocky. I just make these videos for myself, basically. Like documents of games I've beaten, good runs I've had. Well, actually, I wouldn't even call them good runs. A lot of my runs off camera are way better. But, whoa, oh, I thought I was going to lose a life there in a boneheaded way like I told you guys about. If I don't do it, I'll seem like a liar. But also, if I don't do it, then maybe this will be a good run, so I don't know. See? It's so easy to shoot him down. Like, being Fire Mario is godsend. Another castle, again, of course. Excuse me, princess, as Link would like to say. Okay, so in this level, since this is a guide, let me tell you something right here. You want to jump up here and shoot him down. Because he is annoying to deal with. And without him, the level is a lot easier. And you just sort of run through it. You have no issues. No one bothers you. Make sure you shoot those piranha plants. I'm usually not that good at shooting them. That was kind of lucky. And we're already at the end here, basically. And he leaves you alone. And you can get some more coins right here. And you can also reach the top of the flagpole from down here. You just have to stand up, back against there, jump, run, jump. 5,000 points, you're good. You're probably not caring about points, but maybe you've beaten it a bunch of times and you care about points, I don't know. Then again, if you've beaten it a bunch of times and care about points, you know you can do that. Anyway. We're almost halfway through the game already. See, that's a little bit tricky right there. See, that's basically, the difficulty in this game is a little bit tricky. Like, you can't say it's hard. You can't say it's really easy either, because there are definitely some parts where it's easy to lose lives, especially if you don't know what's coming up. And especially if you're just, like, running, because I run a lot. Oops, and I do things like that a lot. Whoa! Ho ho, you are not going to get me that way. That's not how I'm going to lose my first life. I will lose it in a much dumber way than that. You have no idea. Jump, jump. Whoa, hey. But we want to do this because there's a mushroom there. You always want to stay big in this game. I know that goes without saying, but it's just comforting. Like, I play looser and better knowing that I can take a hit. When I can't take a hit, I just, like, kind of, I get nervous. Start playing a little worse. But when I know I can take a hit, I feel free. I can just run through the level the way I want to run through it. React to things the way I want to react. And not feel the pressure of knowing I'm going to die in a second. I do have a bad tendency of having to beat the last castle small, though. I would love to change that on tape and get that on video. That would be awesome. But I don't know if that's going to happen. So we'll see. Coins, coins. Oh, we're one away from an extra life. You get 1,000 points even if you already have the power up, so I guess you can just grab it. Why not? I wonder if Mario knows he's being scored on everything. Or is he oblivious to the world outside? He's not a fourth wall breaker, I guess. See, look how like short that level was. That was super short and easy. Castle's looking pretty big, though. I would like to live there. Seems like a good place, other than all the lava. And the floors that just drop to nothing, other than lava. Okay, so you have to go up here, here. And you want to go down. This one's a puzzle, and if you go the wrong way, you'll have to repeat the section over, and it's annoying. It's actually really annoying if you don't know If you don't know which way to go, you can run through it for a while. And that makes the playthrough end up a lot longer than it needs to be. Well, halfway through the game, we haven't lost a life yet. That's cool. But this is where the game starts to get a little bit more difficult. And you can say there's actually a little bit of difficulty to the game now. You have more enemies, more pits. Platforms get a little bit smaller. Everything just requires a tad bit more precision. And that ups the difficulty factor. Oop. But the levels still aren't very long. Like, you see, we cleared 5-1 in almost no time at all. I wish you could skip this part. It would be so nice. Unfortunately, you can't. Oh. Okay, this is actually pretty dangerous. I like to jump through there instead of using the spring. Whoa, hey, I wasn't supposed to do that way, but it worked out better than it usually does. Sometimes accidents are awesome. I love that animation. The arms to the side. Yep! That's what he looks like. He's about to, like... He looks like a muscle man or something. Alright, come up here. I don't like these guys because you can't shoot them. You can just kind of bounce up, and you don't have to go as slowly as I do on those steps, but it's just really embarrassing if you lose a life right there, so I try to go slow on those whenever there's a gap. Especially a gap with no enemies. I mean, that's really embarrassing when you fall down. And that 1 out of 100 times that you're really not paying attention to it, that's the one time I'll end up doing it in front of everyone. And that would stink. Especially to lose your first life that way. If I've already lost a life, it's kind of funny, it's whatever, ha 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 ha. But I'm having that great run, which I wouldn't call this run great, but you know, whatever. Oh, see, there's my silly death. Just a bad jump, really no excuse for that. Okay, let's see if we can't get to be Big Mario again, because that would be nice. I don't like being Small Mario, especially in the second half of the game. And see how short that level was? That's why I'm like kind of sad we lost the life there in that silly way. But whatever. It's all good. Five extra lives. Well, 5 total lives. Okay, this is a castle I don't like very much. Jump there to avoid it again. Oh, I should have went down. Whatever. Avoid those things because they're really annoying and they'll hurt you. Just like everything else in this castle. It's like, why not just make it straight lava? If you're gonna go to this extent to like stop Mario, why not just like, oh, hey, that wasn't cool. Oh boy. Okay, anyway. Well, that's fine. We want to be Big Mario. So let's get through here. There we go. Whoa, hey. Okay, well, anyway, if you're ever invincible, you want to just run through them and get to the axe right there while you can. Don't take any risks. Just get to the end. That was an unimpressive end to World 5. Gonna have to step up our game a little bit here. 4 lives left. Don't want to lose any of those. That would make this a failure of a Let's Play. And I haven't had one of those yet. I'd like to keep it that way. Every time I've gone to record, I've been able to finish the game. I always practice it beforehand, of course, too. It's not like I'm just cold picking up the game after 20 years, but I was able to get through this one in basically all my runs, especially this morning. I cleared it twice, so would be pretty sucky if I failed here on camera. Even though I always do play, like I say, just a slight bit worse. It's harder. Really is. I have a lot of respect for players who like stream and do crazy things. Maybe it's harder for me because I'm new. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, Super Mario World is definitely going to be next, because that has a save feature, and I can do that episodically, rather than having to sit down and complete everything in one sitting. And that'll be nice. The only thing is that if you save and come back, it will actually reset you to 5 lives in that game. If you power off. I don't know if you don't power, I don't know. But, yeah, that's kind of annoying. But it's still not hard to get through, so that'll be a fun one. I think each world will end up being an episode. Have the Yoshi's Island world, you know, so on, so on. Not the game Yoshi's Island, but the world. The first world is kind of called Yoshi's Island, or some of the levels are called Yoshi's Island. Whoa, that was dumb. Why in the world would I do that? Because I'm talking about Yoshi, and I'm thinking I'm so cool, but I'm not. Okay. It's okay. It's no big deal. We are gonna get through this just fine. Do I sound confident? I don't know how confident I feel in what I'm saying. Are there any right here? No. Of course not. That would be too convenient for the later levels. Okay, let's take it a little slow right here. Okay, this turtle's gonna come down. This Koopa Troopa. Jump over you. Wait for the piranha plant. Run, jump, make it. Yes, okay. End of this level. Thank you. We're about to get another life, so that's a positive. We have 5 more coins to go, and we'll have that. Three more. Oh, I hate this part, actually. Well, we got it. Oh, hey. You can always get back up here, though. It's not really that big of a deal if you fall down there. This part's the hard part, because you gotta... Or, well, you don't... I don't know if you have to, but that's how I do it. I jump onto that. Get the power up. Watch out for these bullet bills. Whoa. This part's kind of difficult to time. I don't like the springs in this game. They feel weird. Especially since I'm a big Sonic fan and the springs in that game react entirely differently when you jump on them. I'm not saying they're better in any way or worse in any way. They're just a different experience. When you've played a ton of Sonic. I mean, I've played a ton of Mario too, but not Mario 1. I usually play Super Mario Bros. 3 was my game as a kid. That was my Mario, Oh, that was not good. I had the SNES, the NES, and the Sega Genesis, Mega Drive, whatever you want to call it. I didn't play favorites. I love them all. I love Sonic and Mario. I don't see any reason why people have to fight so much. You always want to kind of stay close to Bowser and then speed under him when he jumps. That's the safest way to get past him if you're small. Here we go on to World 7-1. We're almost to the end of the game. 4 lives. It's not bad. Not great. Okay, we want to get that. So we get the mushroom. Whoa. Okay, yeah, avoid that. Oh, don't do that if you can't. If you can help it. Alright, now we're going to take care of these Hammer Brothers. Whoa! Ho 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 ho! That Hammer Brother took care of us, actually. That was not cool. Oh boy. This Let's Play is getting endangered. Okay, we need to stay... I don't know what the word is. We need to stay, our lives need to stay the way they are, basically. Whoa, hey. Okay, that's good at least. Well, we beat World 7-1, and that's important. Unfortunately, we're no coins closer to an extra life. One more extra life would just make me feel good about this game. Almost a 500,000 score. Means nothing, but hey. It's a milestone. Another water level, I think. Yep. Okay, I actually want the coins in this level. Or, well, as many as I can get anyway. I'm not gonna risk my life over these coins. But if they can help get me closer to an extra life, that would be awesome. Whoa! Okay, this is not a game anymore. This is not a game anymore. Run, Mario. Run away and never return. Coins are an afterthought now that we've become small Mario. And we need him to leave. Please leave. Oh man, I don't like racing them. Racing them is not fun. Especially that one that needs to just leave the screen. Leave the screen. There you go. Okay, World 7-2 is in the books. I cannot believe that we actually, that it's this tense. This is a pretty tense playthrough right now. We have 4 or 3 lives? 3. Oh boy. World 7-3. This one's tough and gets me a bunch, so hopefully this is not the end of my video. There is a box right here. We need that. Okay. If we get to World 8, we're pretty good because there's some one-up mushrooms in those levels that make it hard to actually go down in lives. Basically until you get to the final castle, so you can actually lose a few lives in World 8 and you're okay. If you know where the mushrooms are. I sometimes forget where the one in 8-1 is, but 8-2 I usually get it. And that's the difficult one, so. Anyway, here we go with this. This castle, as you can see, is a little bit different. You want to start out and go underneath, then in the middle, then on top. And you end up here, where you go here and then down. And I just stay in the middle. I don't know if you have to stay in the middle the whole time. Go up. And you are there. And you might as well just do that if you're big, because it's hard to make it past those hammers and him big and slide under and make it to the axe when he's that close to the axe. I didn't have that much patience for it. Okay, World 8-1, here we go. The game's gonna get difficult right here. Really difficult. As difficult as it gets, basically. Lots of little jumps you see with little gaps. Lots of Goombas, lots of Koopa Troopas. Piranha plants everywhere the eye can see. Whoa, that was... no. Go. Up, up. Yep. I feel like the... I forgot where the one up in this level is, and I know I missed it already. Oh well. Or maybe not? No, I missed it already. It's okay. Big jump right there. Bunch of piranha plants. I don't like invincibility in older games because it's always hard to tell exactly when it's going to run out. And a lot of times you'll end up just running into an enemy when you think you're invincible and you're not and you die. So I always stop running a little bit before I probably should. Dangerous right there for the end of a level. Come on, guys. Moving on to World 8-2. We're almost there. Almost there, but it's dangerous. We are definitely not in the clear. This is a tough level. Oh boy. Okay, we got him. That's good. Okay, so here's what I mean, one of the one-ups. This guy just jump into the abyss. This guy you gotta jump over. He's usually not going that way. That's kind of strange. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That was kind of funny. That was super funny, actually. I'm really glad we got that one up. I kind of lost concentration for a minute. Okay, so we want to kind of lure him this way, actually. I did it wrong last time, and it led to like a slew of issues. So he's going to throw that guy. We're going to jump on him. Then, you want to actually jump up here and wait. Get that. Okay. Okay, now we can get big in a second. Don't get small again. Okay. Oh man, if I'm getting quiet, it's because it's getting a little tense right now. Here on 8-2. Okay, this is the infamous jump. And I can usually do it really easily, but now I'm nervous. Let's see. Okay. You want to jump on the second one and then bounce over. Like that. Okay, cool. No big deal. Knock those guys out. We're almost there, but we're really not quite there. Yeah, we're there. Okay. Now 8-3 is difficult, but it's actually kind of easy if you get the fire flower. So hopefully we get the fire flower and we just push our way through it. And that'll be a fun little, I've made it into Bowser's Castle with the fire flower. And I've made it through the game small without even a power-up. Not the whole game, I mean that castle. But you see, the thing is that I've never made it to the end with the fire power-up. Every time I've been big, I've gotten hit. I always have to, like, clutch my way through it at the end. I call it hero time for Mario, where he actually has to, like, put on his cape. Well, he doesn't put on a cape until 3, but, you know, figuratively put on his cape. And, see, this is why you need the fire power. But yeah, he puts on his cape and becomes a hero at that point, because there's no hope left, but Mario does it. Okay, this is... Obviously, they're hoping you have to redo that segment and you can't get the fire power up because they're mean, whoever made this game. The original Super Mario makers. Not whoever made this game, I know who made this game. But yeah, anyway. I'm also hoping this video comes out with a little less breathing into the microphone. I'm trying a new microphone position, so I'm hoping that not only does the audio pick up, which would really suck if it didn't, since I'm all the way here at the end of this playthrough. But, hoping that there's less breathing issues. Also really hoping we can shoot down the last Bowser. That would be super awesome. Never done that. See? See what I mean? And there's no way... that was dangerous. And there's no way to, power yourself back up in this level. Once you lose that, it's over. So if you don't get it, you don't get it. We didn't get it. If I die, I can't get it back. There's nothing... There's no way. That's what's kind of cool about Super Mario World, is that you can backtrack and replay levels. Oh, I always hate that part. I always hate that part so much. And you beat Bowser that way. Anyway, yeah, that's what's cool about Super Mario World, is that you can go back and replay levels, get your power-ups, get big again, make yourself happy. Thank you, Mario. Your quest is over. We present you a new quest. There is a hard mode quest. Maybe I'll do a video on it one day. Hope you enjoyed my playthrough. That was the original Super Mario Bros., one of the classics of all time. See you guys next time.